Hi, on this video I will start talking about roles. So consider a website user. This user could belong to more than one role. For example, he could be an admin of the website, and since he is an admin, he is one of the staff members. So this user belongs to two roles. So this relationship between the users table and the roles table is one-to-many relationship. However, if we think about it on the reverse way, we can say that each role can have more than one user belongs to it. For example, the staff role can have all the organization employees belonging to it. So we can assume by now that the relationship between the roles and the users is one-to-many relationship as well. Since there is one-to-many from the users to the roles and one-to-many from the roles to the users, we can say that the relationship between the users table and the roles table is a many-to-many relationship. And since such a relationship couldn't exist between two tables, another table has to come in the middle, which is the users roles. So this table, which is users roles, is linking both tables with two relationships, one-to-many and one-to-many. If you want to see how this relationship looks on the database, this is how it looks. There is the three tables: the users table, the roles table, and this table which is connecting both of them, the users roles. So let's start our practical work here. I will start by creating a new account for the manager of the website. So let's use the Facebook facility since it's very easy, then entering all of those fields. Let's type the email 101 designs manager at gmail, and let's log in. Let's click OK, and here we go. So let's click on the login button to create the new account. Now let's go to Visual Studio. This is a users table. Let's open it. So this is our newly created user, 101 designs manager. Now this is his user ID. So let's copy his user ID and let's open the ASP NET roles table. This is the roles table. Let's open it. Up till now the roles table is empty, so we could add now an ID for the new role and a name for the new role, and I will show you in a future lesson how to add the roles programmatically, but let's for now add them manually. So the ID could be anything. Let's type 123 for example, and let's add a new role called admin. So let's add a new role called, for example, staff. And in order for our newly created user to belong to both roles, we have to open the user roles. So show table data, it's empty. So the user paste the user ID, and the role ID is 123. Let's type the user ID again, and let's add 456. So by now 101 designs manager is belonging to two roles, the admin role and the staff role, whereas the 101 designs visitor is not belonging to any role at all. Okay, let's close this table and let's see what is the use of the roles. Why did we create roles? Let's say for example that we are going to create a new page under the account folder called users manager, which manages all the users who subscribe to this website. However, we want to grant its access rights only to the admin members. So let's see how to do that. Let's first create a new page called users manager. Click on the add button. Okay, let's go ahead and create another page called edit user. So later when the admin clicks any username inside the users manager page, he will be redirected to the edit user page to view or edit the user's profile. So click add and click OK. Now we have two pages, we want to secure them. So how could we secure those two pages so only the manager of the website will have the rights to open them. First, let's test this page, and before testing it, let's log off in order to prove to you that any user, even the unregistered user, can open this page. So this unregistered user has no problems at all to view the page. Now let's go back to Visual Studio and let's open the web.config file located inside the account folder. Remember, we have another web.config file located on the project's root. So this web.config will add another limitations and rules to the accounts folder. So before adding any new lines of code, let's understand first what does the code written here by default is doing. So the page which called manage.aspx has its access privilege only granted to the registered users to edit their profile data. In other words, it denies all the anonymous users whom we refer to with a question mark. So let's go ahead and try to access the manage.aspx as anonymous user. So when we try to log inside the manage.aspx, it will redirect me to the login.aspx in order to authenticate. Now let's add two new rules to allow only the admin members to access both the user's manager and the edit user pages. We'll allow the users who have the role equal admin. And here we don't type the role's ID, we are typing the role's name. But however, this code will not work properly unless we type the deny all the other users. So if we type here deny user equal asterisk, this means that it will deny all the users rather than admin. Okay, so let's rebuild our project and let's try to enter the user's manager again. And as expected, the user will be redirected to the login page in order to see if he has an admin account or not. Okay, now let's study the case when a user doesn't have an admin account and tries to open this page. So to do that, I will go to Firefox instead, because I have already an open session for the user Hazem, who is not belonging to any role. Flip to Visual Studio and go to the user's manager and try to open it inside the Firefox. He will not be able to open it, as we can see. Okay, now let's put a hyperlink here for the user's manager page in order for the page to be easily entered by the admin. So in order to do that, let's go to Visual Studio and let's go to the site master and let's go here and add a new hyperlink. Okay, let's save all and let's go here and refresh our page. Okay, here we go. This is a hyperlink, but however, if you go to Firefox and refresh, it will appear here also. So what I'm going to do right now is making this hyperlink visible only for the admin members and not visible for anyone else. So let's go to the code behind page of the master page by pressing the F7 key, and let's go to the page load event, and if the user is authenticated, I will type here if. Remember that we have defined the manager before, so if manager dot is enroll context dot current, and I will press escape because IntelliSense is not helping me at the moment. So .current.user get user ID. So we are testing the currently logged in user if he belongs to the role admin or not. So I will type if not belonging to admin, then what will happen? This hyperlink should be vanished. So we haven't given the hyperlink any IDs yet, so I will give it an ID equal hyper users manager, and go to the code behind page and type hyper users manager dot visible equals false. Okay, let's rebuild our project and let's go to Firefox and refresh the page. Now there is user manager hyperlink, whereas if we go to the admin's page and refresh it, still existing. But let's see if we log off and delve to the website as anonymous user, we will find that the hyperlink will reappear again. And why is that? Because on the code behind page here, this if check will happen only if there is an authenticated user. However, if there is no authenticated user, we should type else. The same thing will happen. The hyper user manager dot visible will be equal to false. Let's save all and let's go back to Firefox and let's refresh the page. We forgot to rebuild our project. So for the anonymous users, this hyperlink will not be visible. For the users who doesn't have an administrator account, this hyperlink will not be visible as well. However, for the users who have an admin account, this hyperlink will be visible. At the end, don't forget to go to the web.config again and secure the edit user page as well. So edit user will be only available for the users who has the role admin. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please press like.